men's basketball team versus the Rice Owls. We are 14 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half, and Old Dominion is leading 7-2. Make that still 7-2. I thought that was going in, and I was on the Richard Ross foul. So Richard Ross will be going to the line to start off you guys listening in here on WODU. So far the score is 7-2. Old Dominion not doing too well on the rebounding game, which is going to be one of their 3 keys to victory. Most of you guys who are listening in recognize that Old Dominion was ranked in the top 25 as of 3 or 4 days ago. But when they lost to WKU on the road, they got slaughtered on the rebounding battle. They are 10-0 when it comes to winning. They will win a game no matter what if they win the rebounding game. And out of the 5 games where they have not won the rebounding game, they've lost 2 of them. So the main thing Rice needs to do to win is get the offensive rebound game going on. And that's what they're doing so far, although the score doesn't show it. Old Dominion leading 9-2, 14:27 left in the first half. It's going to be a drive by Rice, followed by a 3-point shot. That is going to be good. Freeman's going to have the ball off the inbound. Freeman working his way up the center court line. Still holding on to the ball. Ross goes out to the right side wing, gets the ball, passes it over to Taylor on the key. Taylor back to Freeman on the left side. Freeman working a little bit of moves. Gives it over to Mosley on the top of the key. Mosley hits Ross. Deep 2, doesn't take it, drives in, gets fouled. It's going to be a blocking foul on Rice.
Rice foul is charged to number 41.
That foul is going to be to number 41, Seth Gearhart. On the floor right now for Rice is going to be number 1, Max Gersey. Number 15, Bishop Mency. Number 20, Jeremy Jones. Number 22, Marcus Jackson. And number 41, Seth Gearhart. The inbound's going to be into Ross. Ross is going to get hit with the travel. That's going to be a turnover on Old Dominion. Old Dominion currently leading 9-5 after that 3-point shot by Marcus Jackson about a minute ago. And it looks like Andrew Drone is going to be coming in for Seth Gearhart. Richard Ross is going to be subbed out for Nick Berberai. Berberai playing defense on Jackson. Jackson swings it up to the top of the key over to Jones. Jones loses the ball, but they're going to call it out on Denzel Taylor. Passing's going to be in by Bishop Mency. No, never mind. They're going to switch it over to Dan Pera, who's coming in for Bishop Mency. Pera swings it into Max Gersey. Gersey holding on to the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Freeman. Gersey trying to work a little bit of movement here. Drone sets the pick. Gersey's going to drive into Drone. Nobody on Drone. Pump fake. Easy 2 points on the layup. Old Dominion had a 7-0 run. Since then, they've been 2-5. Rice taking over the offensive part of the game. Freeman's going to hold on to the ball. Some good defense coming in by Gersey. A lot of pushing. Berberai takes the pressure off. Gives it over to Baker in the left wing. Baker drives over to Freeman. Freeman long 2-pointer. Misses. Rebound's going to be by Taylor. Taylor's going to get the ball swatted. It's going to go off of Taylor's leg, according to the refs, which you can tell the fans here at the Ted Conson Center are not very happy about. It's going to be Rice ball. So Old Dominion coming off of that reeling loss over at WKU. This is going to be the real test this season, which nobody thought would happen against Rice, to figure out if they have the resiliency that really separates between good teams and NCAA tournament teams. If Old Dominion can get a runaway victory here against Rice, as they should, then we'll know that Old Dominion still has that resiliency going for them. And Jeff Jones is teaching how to coach a squad. Ball is going to be over to number 41, who's going to travel it. That's going to be Seth Gearhart with the travel. Turns over to Old Dominion. But as I was saying, Old Dominion really needs to get resiliency going for them so they can come off of that loss, which you know made them pretty upset against WKU on the road. Freeman's going to get the inbound. Freeman, he's going to get guarded by Gersey. Hasn't quite reached the center court line yet, and he just now crosses it, holding on to the ball. Swings over to the right, trying to look for an open man. He gives it to Berberai. Berberai at the three-point line, holding it against Drone. Drone getting in his face, gives it over to Bako. Bako, back to Baker. Baker, Freeman. Freeman drives, little cross-up move, and gets fouled. That foul's going to be on Gersey. That's going to be so far 4 total fouls for Rice and 1 for Old Dominion. Old Dominion finally taking care of that rebounding battle. Only down 5-4 when they were down 5-1 at the beginning of the game. Freeman takes the first shot, misses. Freeman, only player in Old Dominion right now who averages above double digits. He's averaging 16.8 points per game. Interesting factoid about Freeman, he came here to play where his older brother John played a few years back, and he also came up here so he could tend to his sick mother, because she is sick over in Virginia Beach. So he got lucky, he was able to be picked up by Jones, who gave him the opportunity to try out for the team. And not only did he try out, he took over. Ball's going to be given to Jackson. Jackson driving. A little bit of a push-off, not going to get fouled. Grabs his own rebound and puts it back up. Bako gives it into Freeman. The score is 10-9, Old Dominion leading. Another key for Rice to win this one is if they can out-heart ODU, and not many teams can do that. Freeman gives it over to Ross. Berberai back to Freeman. Freeman to Bako. Bako, Freeman driving, spin move, Bako, open three, sinks it. That's what you like to see out of the second leading scorer for Old Dominion. Bako trying to come back from a couple off games. Ball's going to be given up to Gersey. Gersey over to Pera. Pera back to Gersey. Gersey in the right wing, holding on to the ball. Gersey brings it up to center. Gearhart sets a pick on the left side. And then on the right side, Freeman still holding on to Gersey. Pass over to Drone. Gets nicked by Berberai. But doesn't quite go up. And it looks like Jeff Jones is pretty mad at Berberai for coming off of his man. Berberai only averaging about 8 minutes of play so far this season, all game. You can see right there why. He's got a nice three-point shot, able to get open, and he's a large, strong player, something Old Dominion doesn't have a lot of behind just Ross and Berberai above 6'7", 220. However, his defensive game's kind of lackluster, and that's what's keeping Rice in this, is Old Dominion not really holding them to their usual stoppage of their field goal percentage. Rice right now at 45%, when normally Old Dominion 24th in the nation right now with a .385 field goal percentage for the opposing team. Right now, Rice is at 45%, Old Dominion at 57%. Old Dominion's also 26th in the league with a opposing three-point percentage of .291. Right now, with only 2 attempted, Rice is at 50%, and we're looking like Mitchell Brown's going to be coming back on real quick. It's a nice cold day out there. Freeman's going to hold on to the ball. Freeman. And Arledge is going to get a foul there. Looks like he traveled. So after some technical difficulties, it looks like Mitchell Brown's going to be joining me here courtside of the Ted Concert Center just as we go into our second TV timeout. Glad to be back here, Mitch.
Glad to be back, and it is a beautiful sight. Look at all these people. I can barely see the blue seats anymore, and that's one of the things we haven't seen here in a long, long time, since Ken Bazemore was here, honestly.
Talking 3, 4, 5 years since we had even a student section that looked like that.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty sad. I'd imagine if the student section was doing that these last couple years, we wouldn't have had a 5 and 25 and an 18 and 18 year.
Well, you know what, I'll tell you what, though, it was pretty packed when my freshman year when VCU came in here.
Yeah,
but it looked like that tonight.
I mean, you're old, so that was a long time for me.
Only a year.
You're 2 years older than me, bud.
Yeah, but that was a year before you came in, though. So.
Yeah, it was only a year before him, but, I mean, that happens every time VCU comes in, especially when they came in this year when they were ranked, and I can only imagine how loud the Concert Center was then. I was at home getting ready for Christmas, just watching the game on TV, watching Ross get some beautiful blocks, which you're already seeing so far today. 3 blocks so far for Old Dominion. However, this is not what I'm expecting to see. Old Dominion, as I was telling them earlier while you were walking back here, that this is going to be the real test for Old Dominion this year. Not because Rice is a good team. I hate saying this about other teams, but they're 4-10. They are not good.
They're not good at all.
This is a resiliency test for Old Dominion. Because, you know, I mean, Old Dominion's not that was their best start in Old Dominion history, these last 11-game win streaks. And then to lose it on the road, you know, that's going to dishearten a lot of them. And this is going to test resiliency to see if they're a great team or an NCAA team.
And one of the things about Old Dominion is they, of course, like you said, they come into this game 13-2. But if you look deeper into their rotation, one thing that was different from last year is they're able to go 9-10 deep each game, and everybody's getting balanced minutes. And I think depth has been the big part of this year's team with Old Dominion as they're back to action now.
Old Dominion needs to start winning this rebounding.
So Mincy, finds his man Pira on the top of the key. Pira runs a pick and roll. And that is going to be a missed three by Mincy there on the left. And Bako the other way drops off to Freeman. Freeman thinks about a three on that right wing side, but says no. We're here at the 10-minute mark, and Old Dominion leads by 2. Aaron Bako has 4 points on the day, trying to get himself going. Arledge on the baseline. He drives. He's good on that baseline. No good. And the missed dunk by Douglas. Douglas tried to put that one back in. He's got hopped out of this room.
He's trying to take after Ross.
It's good when you have 2 of those on your team, let alone 1. Pira kicks out to Mincy. Mincy drops it, takes a drop step, and a nice layup there, but no good. Good defense by Arledge. Freeman the other way. Douglas on the left wing. Douglas definitely doesn't want to take that shot, but Bako whips around, finds Arledge, and that's going to be a charging offense credited to Jonathan Arledge.
And it looked like on that layup over here, it would have been pretty easy from NC, but Douglas was able to get a finger on it right at the end there, just adding to these blocking totals so far for Old Dominion. Old Dominion 3 so far on the day. I thought that was their 4th, but I guess they're not going to count it. And, I mean, if Old Dominion can shut down Jackson, that's their main problem. Jackson, only person so far for Rice to go on the road and average above 10 points per game. Shut that down, you shut down any part of Rice.
Jackson has the ball right now. The nice pass down low to Andrew Drone. Whoa, throw it down, big man. All 6'10", 260 of him.
Absolutely no defense right there, and that's the pinnacle of Old Dominion this season.
Javante Douglas has it. He's not known as a ball handler. Finally finds Bako. Bako drives, slashes, trying to find an open look. Finds Douglas, who shoots a jumper. That's no good. The rebound in the hands of Drone.
Rebounding and defense. Old Dominion needs to start winning those. That's the only way they're going to win this game.
Jackson finds Mincy. Mincy, tie game right now. And on the drive, Gerhardt kicks out to Jackson, and Jackson will set it back up. They got 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Always seems like they have less time than they do.
You're right. Jackson only has 8 seconds now. Finds Green. Green outside to Jackson. 4 seconds. Jackson breaks Freeman's ankles and nails a 3. And that's a lead for Rice, 16-13.
It's their first lead since the 2-0 mark, and then Old Dominion went on a 9-2 run. Now here we are.
ODU in front of their home crowd cannot disappoint today after a disappointing loss to Western Kentucky. Freeman with the ball as we surpass the under 8 mark. Javante Douglas finds Denzel Taylor. The Canadian swings it over to Freeman. Freeman to Bako. Bako fakes, thinks about a shot. Is going to find Douglas. Douglas has to make something happen. He drives. Layup, foul, and it almost went in. No good. He'll take 2 shots, though.
You got to be able to take that contact and put it back in. Hopefully get 3 points instead of 2. And as you were saying earlier about Old Dominion not being able to disappoint at home, Old Dominion 8-0 at home so far this season. They have the second longest home win streak in CUSA right now with 12 behind Louisiana Tech at 20, but Louisiana Tech's 7th in the nation for the longest home winning streak right now. Hopefully Old Dominion can make it 9-0 this season.
And that would be very nice right there to get to 9-0. But, of course, there's things that they have to do to get there. And so far, rebounding has been one of the things that they are struggling at. They've given up 3 offensive rebounds so far, 8 total. They trail by 1 in that margin. And although it's early and we're at the 7:44 mark, Old Dominion obviously sees the repercussions of not getting offensive rebounds.
And you can see it in Jeff Jones' face, the way he was yelling at Nick Berberai earlier, looking over at Javante Douglas for letting those offensive rebounds happen. Fundamental basketball is what wins games, and that's what Old Dominion's been doing. Because, to be honest, I love Old Dominion, but they are not a high-talented team. They have maybe 2 3-star recruits on here. You have to have heart, hustle, and the ability to put your body on the line and play fundamental basketball, and we're not seeing that right now.
Well, they've got some pretty stout guys on this team. Of course, leaders for this team coming into this game. Aaron Bako, a highly touted Hampton recruit, and then as well as Jordan Baker in the starting lineup, and who has been pretty good from three this season. Of course, Baker, one of their many three-point threats, and that's something that they haven't had in the past 2 seasons, is a three-point threat. They have that in Ambrose Mosley as well, and Deion Clark, who come off the bench for the Monarchs. Mosley, a very big volume scorer for the Monarchs. Hasn't checked any minutes here today. We'll see if he can get some.
Well, what you're seeing is Old Dominion, their win streak was all-around defense. They were ranked top 25 in every important defensive category at 38.5% field goal percentage for the opposition. That's 24th. 291 three-point for the opposition. That's 24th. They're 55.9 points per game for the opposing team, and that puts them in the top 15 in the entire NCAA. Defense is Old Dominion's key, and they are not doing it right now.
So Douglas will step to the line here. Douglas only shot 13 free throws this season so far. 61% from the line. As this one goes up and it rims down in.
That's going to put him up to at least 65.
It looks like you've been in a math class so far this semester.
Welcome to college. And no, I took that last semester.
Douglas, the other one can't rim in. The bat out, though, is rebounded by Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones gets it to Jackson, the sophomore. This team is young, so of course they're going to go through those growing pains, but they do have some talent. As the backdoor cut by Jackson is picked up, the three by Gerhardt, no good. Douglas, the rebound, he's going the other way. A forward, handling the ball. He's going coast to coast, almost traveled there. Palmore drives, picks up his dribble. There's going to be 3 seconds in the key.
Come on. Old Dominion with that turnover battle. That's another loss there. Old Dominion so far on turnovers, it's 6-5, and most of them have just been travels. They haven't really lost anything. No real steals coming out. 2 steals for Old Dominion and none. Exactly 0 for Rice, which means that's 6 traveling violations for Old Dominion.
This game is amazing already, though. I see the crowd, and I'm just like, I have not seen this in years. As bringing the ball up is Max Gersey. Gersey finds Drone down low, and Arliss has to back off, and without fouling him, he gets him to miss. Baker bringing it up. Baker finds Poundmore, who's been relegated to a reserve role after the arrival of Trey Freeman, finds Arliss. 3, that's good. And an Old Dominion lead at 17-16 with 6:40 to go.
This is the team that I've seen the most 3 points out of big men.
Gersey, 3, no good. Rebound, Arledge. Poundmore the other way.
You'll see Burberry take him. You'll see Arledge take him. I've seen Douglas take him, which isn't really good for him. But big men taking threes, I like to see it sometimes.
Baker on the right wing finds Arledge. Arledge makes a nice pump fake. A mid-range jumper, gets it to go. A free throw, basically a free throw shot right inside that line. Nice jumper by Arledge there. He's got the last 5 points.
Last 5 points and last 3 rebounds for Old Dominion. Arledge is trying to take control of this game.
Ross almost had a fast break there. He gambled on the steal, but he ends up with the rebound off of a Gerhardt miss. Poundmore. Coach Jones, barking out orders and gets them running the set. Poundmore finds Mosley. Mosley, a 3-point threat as well as Baker. He finds Arledge, who's obviously one as well. Poundmore gets it running. Arledge again from 3. Oh, that one rimmed in and out.
That's what I like to see. Baker throwing himself to the ground. A little bit of pain there, but he was ready to try to get that ball. It's going to be a foul on him, it looks like.
The foul there on him as he fell to the ground and it tripped up Gerhardt, and that was the right call.
He saw the ball. He went for it, though. That's what I like to see. That little bit of hustle come back to Old Dominion after they see that spark coming off Arledge.
Mincy has the ball now. Gerhardt swings it. They're running their motion set. Gerhardt has a spin, is trapped at the free throw line, finds Jackson. Jackson will set it up. 12 on the shot clock. Jackson pulls up for an 18-footer. That's no good. And the put-back attempt, no good by Jones. So Poundmore the other way. The crossover. Poundmore dribbles, hook, pass to Arledge, who loses the ball. A lot of volleyball there scattered around as Gersey comes the other way, passes to Jackson, who's no good, as Jones comes tumbling into us over here.
He actually wants to be a broadcaster. His parents made him be a basketball player.
Palmore with 4:40 on the clock and a 3-point lead will try and increase that. He's got Jordan Baker running in motion. Arledge, he gets a lane to the hoop and can convert the layup.
They're going to call that a charge.
Wow.
Just because, I mean, Arledge is too big to fall over that little guy doesn't mean it's not a block. Now Arledge is going to be coming out because that's his second foul.
Definitely don't want to get into any late foul trouble here late in the game, so.
That was a bad call by the refs. But I could be biased.
And a timeout there. 30-second Rice timeout by Coach Mike Rose for the Rice Owls. And if you look at some of their games this year, they've been in some of these games. You know, they went and played at Oregon State, only lost by 13. And, of course, that score, and they lost only 4 at William & Mary came to them. So they lost by 4 to a very good William & Mary team. Lost in overtime to Mercer, who came and beat Old Dominion here last year.
They actually kept it close to Texas. I mean,
only lost by 11, so they're not a bad team. And the last time out, they lost to North Texas by 3, 66-63. So they are a team that can compete with you and give you lots of problems. So Old Dominion has to be very careful here in the last 4:25 to go on a nice little run to distance themselves from a pesky team.
They got to make sure they don't do what they did against WKU and get relaxed. Oh, this team isn't ranked. We are. We're better than them.
Yeah.
You saw what happened there. Now neither of them are ranked.
So Old Dominion, the former number 25 team in the nation, trying to find their way back in the rankings. They've got Mosley heavily guarding Jackson right now. Jones finds Mincy. What happened in that triple with that finds Gersey. Gersey gets it to Jackson. Jackson, the crossover, kicks out to Jones. Jones dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it back out to Jackson for 3, no good. We're going the other way.
Gorgeous rebound there by Palmore.
Palmore can do it all. He's trying to pass. He kicks it out to wide open Mosley. That's no good. Rims in and out, but a very nice kick out there by Keenan Palmore.
Ross just took an elbow to the face with a little bit of blood in his mouth. You can see he's not too happy about that.
And a 3 by Mincy, as Mincy jaws off to the fans a little bit.
I, too, would jaw off if I was 4 and 10. It's apparently the only thing I'd be good at. That was mean. I'm sorry.
3.5 to go. Old Dominion tied up here with the 4 and 10 Rice. Richard Ross to the layup. Good. A nice little mini hook there from Richard Ross.
You don't want to anger the Giant. Elbowing him in the mouth is not going to make him happy.
Jones kicks it out to Mincy. Mincy picks up his dribble, finds Gerhard, who finds Gersey. Look at the clock. He sees he has 18 on the clock, and Palmore plucks that out. They're going to call an offensive foul, a moving screen there on Gerhard. So that will be his. Actually, it's Jeremy Jones. That would be his second. And Old Dominion with the under 4 timeout leads 21-19. And Tyler, we've been watching for a few minutes now. They're getting some good offensive looks. They're not all falling, but their defense has been pretty solid as well for Old Dominion. They just can't distance themselves.
The defense so far looks like they're only going to give up about 40 points. They have yet to lose to any team that doesn't score above 60. So that's going to be good if they can hold that down. But Old Dominion, they need to start winning that rebound game. I mean, they are now, I think, okay, they're now winning it by 14-11, and now they're leading as opposed to losing by 3. However, they need to do harder because, again, yes, Rice has played tough opponents, but at the same time, they are 4 and 10. Their RPIs in the low 200s. They are not a stellar team, and Old Dominion needs to recognize that. And I don't know, maybe their loss that they had last week disheartened them. But they need to get it together, and that little boy needs to get it together too. He missed both the jersey and the shorts.
Wow, he just ran straight to the basketball. Oh, no. He may still win, though. He still has a chance.
He missed the shorts again.
Oh, he's completely missing. I don't think he realized he has to get the shorts on.
I think Big Blue's got it for him, though.
And he made his first shot. Maybe if he got those shorts on at first, because he was beeline
already. Hopefully we see Old Dominion beelining.
So we're back to action here.
Old Dominion looking to improve to 14-2, 3-1 in Conference USA. Right now they're 5th in Conference USA, behind Louisiana Tech, WKU, UTEP, and UAB. Old Dominion, this is going to be their first home game against this USA team, which means since the beginning of the conference play, they've only been away from home. They've played one game at home this year. And so, I mean, this is a welcome back sight for them, being able to come here and at the end of this game, go sleep in their own beds.
So here we go. They want to go to sleep with a win, so they have to defeat 4-10 Rice. Mosley has it on the left wing, who he gets double teamed by Drone and Mincy. They swing it over to the right corner by Freeman. Freeman has Bivry in the corner, misses him. He's going to take it himself. Freeman gets bumped and takes the contact, kisses it off the glass.
It's a little bit of a Dirk Nowitzki shot there for Freeman.
Beautiful shot by Trey Freeman there. Good to see him back on the baseline here now with our nice view. Jackson driving, tries to get it to Drone. Drone can't handle it, almost loses it, picks it back up and kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson has 15 on the shot clock. He's guarded by Mosley, one of the ODU's best perimeter defenders. Jackson with nowhere to go by Trey Freeman now. He's strapping Gersey. Gersey has to shoot up an ill-advised shot. That's no good. Mincy is going to knock Jordan Baker down, and Baker is called for a travel. What a call.
He landed.
Wow.
I mean, you're not allowed to go to when you hit the floor, you're not allowed to move whatsoever with the ball. He did kind of turn a little bit. I don't agree with that whatsoever, but they're going to call it.
Freeman gets the explanation and talks to Jordan Baker. That's leadership right there. Letting them know what he did wrong, but telling him, yo, just don't do this next time. Good leadership there. Gerhard has it in a fresh shot clock for Rice. Denzel Taylor guarding all the way out there by half court. Talk about multi-dimensional.
Almost a backcourt there off that.
Gerhard kicks it to Mincy. Mincy trapped on the baseline over here. Gerhard swings it back out at the top of the three-point or key to Gersey. Gersey, 10 seconds now and a minute and a half left to go here. Gersey kicks it to Gerhard. Gerhard has nothing. He picks up his dribble, is smothered, and throws it in the hands of Bako. Bako on the fast break. He's got defenders back, pulls it up. That's no good. A splash out by Bivry. And Bako has it in a new shot clock. Good offensive rebound there for the Monarchs. They've got 4 now. Bako.
Some beautiful ball handling by Bako right there.
Bako to Freeman. Freeman, this scoop up and under. Denzel Taylor, the follow through, and that's good.
He was able to get that on the other side of the hoop, bring it around, double clutch, and then put it back up, all while in the air.
Can you say athleticism as Jackson drives, kicks out to Gersey. Gersey's going to put up a teardrop. That's nothing but net.
Some beautiful man-help defense here going on. I love to see that the switching on offense, without even having to call it out, they just see it and they move it.
Old Dominion will play for one shot, and Rice will get a shot at it as well, as long as it's not an offensive rebound. Mosley with 30 seconds on the clock, 18 on the shot clock. Bako kicks it out to Freeman. Freeman takes a jab step to the right. Hezzy kicks out to Bivry. Bivry loses the ball, and there's a foul, so Old Dominion will, in fact, they'll go to the line here. Bivry will get to shoot 2 or 1.
There was really no excuse for that foul to happen there by Bivry. I mean, I know he didn't get fouled, but he should have held on to that ball. That butterfingered right through. So, but at least that's a foul pickup by Gersey, which puts him at 2. Some early foul trouble there for him. Bivry looking for his first points of the game. And
Bivry, nothing but net on that one.
Rarely do you see a man at 6'7", 6'8" that has such a beautiful range of motion for jump shots. Able to hit it from the free throw line, the three-point line, the 18-footers on the wings, able to take it on the inside. Just needs to work on his ball handling, and he should be good to go as both a guard and a forward.
Shooting 58% from the line, but he's going to make it 60% there, those two. So Jackson will get it in for Rice as Old Dominion has ballooned his lead to 6. And with 10 seconds on the clock, he's going to shoot for one shot. Mosley hounding him, number 22 and number 22. Bivry got him. Gersey, and there's going to be a foul there Old Dominion had one to give, though.
That's good. Gives them 3.5 seconds. And, I mean, the way they're setting up, Rice isn't quite able to get a shot off that quickly. They need a little bit more setup time, so that should be able to be helpful there for Old Dominion with 3.5 seconds left in the half.
Coach Rhodes wants them to hurry up and run the play. Get into Gerhardt, go straight up. Good defense by the Monarchs, and no good on the final shot attempt by Rice.
Old Dominion, they're going to be leading 27-21 going into the half, and I mean that was some solid defense in the second half of that half. First 10 minutes was not good for Old Dominion. You weren't here to see it, but they were not playing good. They were down pretty much the entire time, losing the offensive game, losing the turnover game, losing the rebounding game. Their defense, they were giving up above 40-50% shots and letting them have open shots like you saw when you came back in where he threw it into Drone for the easy dunk. Since then, Coach Jones has said something to him. I don't know what it is, but he's like, look, you guys are at home. You're 13-2. These guys are 4-10. You don't lose in front of the home crowd. And they got it together. We're able to bring it back up to 27-21 thanks to the little start there by Arledge, the spark he gave him. He has 9 points on the day so far, leading the team. So
the high point man for this game with 9 on 4-6 shooting and 5 rebounds as well. So he's halfway there to that double-double.
He's looking for it. He's also halfway there to fouling out. So he needs to, not quite halfway. You can't get halfway, but he's the most on the team with fouls.
Old Dominion, more importantly, holding Rice to 34% shooting and 27% from 3. The Owls have not been able to hold Old Dominion, though. 47% from the field in the first half for Old Dominion and 40% from 3, and also shooting 70% from the line, 7 of 10 on their free throws. So those are 3 things that really stick out to me for Old Dominion. And since this is the first game back since winter break and before we left for winter break, it's been a historic run for Old Dominion and their team so far.
The best in 40 years. So since they joined Division I. So, I mean, they've had 11 NCAA appearances, only 4 wins in the NCAA tourney. They're looking at it this year to beat that record too. So hopefully they can keep it together. So far, looking at the early projections, ESPN's projecting them at a high 8, maybe a low at 11 seed, and the only people to represent CUSA. So hopefully they can get it together, win out here in CUSA, and when they meet WKU in the CUSA championship, win that game, and take it to the NCAA tournament, because it's about that time to start looking forward to March Madness. We're a month and a half out, and it's that time of year, and Old Dominion's coming back in, as you can see now, trying to continue on with that hot streak they've been having.
Old Dominion with some very winnable games coming up on their schedule. The next few opponents they have, we'll read out the records for you real quick. Rice, of course, they're playing today, is 4-10. Next is on Saturday is North Texas, who sits in the rankings at 7-8 overall. So they're not a complete cakewalk. Middle Tennessee is also, they're reputable, 9-7. And then UAB sits up closer to the top at 7-9. These teams aren't
3-0 in CUSA.
3-0 in CUSA, but these teams aren't teams that should give Old Dominion too much trouble if they play Old Dominion basketball that we're accustomed to this year.
That we hope to continue seeing. But on that note, we will be back in 17 minutes and 15 seconds, because I know you guys are going to soon to be watching in. And we're going to give you the second half here live at WODU, courtside here at Ted Concert Center. Tyler Santangelo sitting alongside my man Mitchell Brown. We'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
And welcome back to WODU Studios coverage of Old Dominion Monarch basketball. The 13-2 Old Dominion Monarchs coming to this matchup against the 4-10 Rice Owls. And Tyler, this is a game where Old Dominion cannot fool around because this is a 4-10 team, but a dangerous one at that.
A 4-10 team that had Old Dominion not had those 7 for 10 foul shootings, they'd be winning right now. So Old Dominion has to do well with keeping them off the foul line, which they've been doing so far. Old Dominion at 10 foul shots and Rice at 0 so far. Old Dominion making 7 of those 10. Old Dominion only leading 27-21. A minute left before tip-off into the second half. Old Dominion's got to start, or I guess continue winning this rebound battle. So far winning 18-11. And it's got to really take over on that turnover battle because, as we all know from watching Old Dominion basketball, defense and turnovers has been the way Old Dominion has kept this streak alive, this hot streak, the best in Old Dominion history this season, has been off of almost 20, 22 turnovers a game for the other team, 25, 30 rebounds for our team, and they have to out-rebound and keep this defense going that they're going so far, keeping Rice to 35% from the field and 27% from the three-point line. Old Dominion so far playing good defense. If they continue exactly like they did in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the first half and do that the entire second half, this is going to be a blowout win here at the Ted Constant Center.
As they get ready to come back on the court, the Monarchs are in their white uniforms tonight. They have Trey Freeman, Denzel Taylor, Aaron Bako, Jordan Baker, and Jonathan Arledge on the floor. And for the Rice Owls, it'll be Max Gersey, the junior guard, all 5'9" of him. Marcus Jackson, Bishop Mincy, Seth Gerhardt, and Andrew Drone.
Andrew Drone with the monstrous dunk earlier in the game, just off that open assist there from Jackson. See how he does in the second half.
So in the second half underway, Old Dominion nursing a 6-point lead as Bishop Mincy has the ball and gets it to Seth Gerhardt. Gerhardt finds Marcus Jackson. Marcus Jackson, the layup, no good. Shot altered, but Gersey gets the rebound, steps back for a 3. That's good. What a way to start the half on the first possession for the Owls.
Got to work on those offensive rebounds, or just the rebounding match in general. Now they're only leading 18-12 on that.
Trey Freeman finds Aaron Bako on the right wing, right in front of Coach Jeff Jones. Denzel Taylor gets it on the top of the key, and finally back to Freeman, who gets it to Bako on the top of the key. Bako drives, has a nice open lane, shielded. Great shield by Denzel Taylor.
Arledge kind of doing a little bit of early box out there. Could have been called for that moving screen, but he's able to do it right.
That was a good shield there. Marcus Jackson kicks out to Bishop Mincy. Mincy gets it to Drone, who clears out Gerhardt. Thinks about a 3, says no, gets the ball plucked. Bako the other way. 2-on-1. Bako. And he's going to take a blocking foul, and that's going to be on Gersey there as Bako went up for the layup.
He fooled me. I thought he was going to hit Freeman on the right side there and get that easy. I don't know if Freeman can do like monstrous alley-oops like Ross can, but I was hoping to see a little bit of something fancy there. Old Dominion trying to take over the game. Bako with the steal. Bako with that nice drive earlier, and now here he is on the free throw line trying to take over the second half for Old Dominion.
So Bako coming into the game averaging just under 10 points a game. Knocks that one down, and he's got 7 on the day so far.
Looks like Trey Freeman just kind of been quiet so far, generally averaging 16.3 to 16.8 per game. He's only at 5 so far, starting off the second half here. See if he takes over.
Hasn't taken many shots, only 4. As Bako knocks that one down and back up to a 7-point lead.
That's going to be Gersey's 3rd foul, by the way, so watch on that. He's got 7. He's the second highest scorer for the Rice Owls.
Jackson has it and drives up to the right elbow, kicks it to the left elbow where Gerhardt is. Pira brings it up now. Jackson from the top of the key kicks out to Gerhardt on the left wing, right in front of Coach Rhodes and his team. Gerhardt has it to Jackson, and Jackson with 8 on the shot clock is going to ISO this one. Jackson, a shimmy and a crossover. That's no good. That's a Gerhardt with 2 seconds. One, good defense by Taylor, but he drains it over top of him. About a 19-foot jump shot there for Seth Gerhardt.
You're going to see, again, fundamental basketball. You can't jump off of a pump fake, or that's going to happen.
Freeman gets fouled as he's crossing the half-court line. There's going to be a foul going against Gerhardt. Or excuse me. That's Dan Pira.
Pira completely off topic here. He's got a well-grown beard for an NCAA player.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but you just went ahead and said it, so that's great. Jordan Baker has Arledge. Arledge at the top of the key finds Bako. Monarchs, 18 minutes to go, leading by 5 over the Rice Owls. Aaron Bako lays it up, gets fouled, and that bump altered his shot, no good. So he'll take 2 more free throws, and he's being pretty active here in his second half.
Looks like if he can continue his free throw percentage so far in this game, he's coming into this game, I think, 79, 82% on his free throw line?
Correct.
So if he hits these next 2, that's going to put him at 10 points on the game, put him as the first player in the game at double digits with 17:46 left in the second half, with Old Dominion up 32-26 after that first make.
Baker's actually 85% free throw shooter, so that's best on the team by far.
That's got to be one of the best in CUSA, if not the NCAA right now. That's a well-rounded
there's some 90s
free
up
throws.
there, but definitely in the upper tier of free throw shooters in the NCAA.
If he continues to get fouled like this, he'll have himself at 90% by the end of this game. 4 for 4 so far tonight.
Pira has it, a 7-point lead for Old Dominion with 17.5 to go. Mincy passes off to Drone, who finds Jackson. Jackson kicks out to Mincy. Mincy back to Jackson. Jackson takes a dribble, sidestep, shot no good, off the rebound by Arledge. Freeman pushing it up the court. Freeman knocks Drone, big Drone Gerhard into the barracks here. And he slow get up.
That shook our little table here after he hit something that wasn't even connected to us.
Mincy will drive baseline and throws it into the hands of Bako. Saves it after going out of bounds. Freeman driving. Freeman gets contact, no good. Arledge can't get this put back to go. Out to Taylor, who finds Baker. 3!
Arledge and Jackson getting a little bit physical down there. I'm going to have to watch that as this game progresses. Because Rice.
Mincy for 3, right back at you, and they get the drawing.
Rice getting a little bit angry.
This game is getting chippy, and this is what you call CUSA basketball. Every game is going to be a battle. Arledge finds Bako. Bako almost lost that one out of bounds. He's going to take the screen from Taylor. Nice Dwayne Wade-esque move there. Arledge gets the reverse. Oh, it almost had the and one there. Beautiful ball movement there, and a nice penetration by Aaron Bako.
Old Dominion had the largest lead of the game so far with 10 when he hit that 3 by Baker. But Gierse said no thank you and took that back. And that's going to be a foul, it looks like, on, I'm going to have to go with number 15, whose name I can't remember. I think it's Mincy. Mincy's second. And Arledge is going to be here for 2 shots.
9.7 rebounds for the center today. In his final year of graduate school here at Old Dominion, a graduate transfer.
Starting center for a top 25 team after 1 year of graduate school. Who knows if he's going to be getting a master's or if he's going to get a small NBA contract there.
Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing there.
Maybe get both. Going to have to call him Dr. Arledge one day. Like Dr. J.
So Denzel Taylor gets the rebound off of the missed Arledge free throw. 36-29 and 16-10 to go. Palmore in the game now, and Douglas as well. And a steal there by Jones. Jeremy Jones will lay it up and the lead down to 5.
That was a little bit of a physical play there. That was well done by Jeremy Jones, recognizing that Douglas isn't quite the best ball handler up north.
Palmore finds Arledge. Arledge just standing at the top of the key. Finds Bako. Bako comes off this screen, takes a step back, doesn't like the shot, gets it out down low to Taylor. Taylor out to Douglas. Douglas with 10 on the shot clock. Finds Taylor. Taylor, a nice move. Someone's going to have to shoot 4 seconds. Palmore trapped. Bako takes a step inside the three-point line. Highly contested, no good. Douglas the rebound. And that's going to be Old Dominion ball there. A nice physical fight down low under the basket. And under 16 timeout is upon us.
Old Dominion, everybody likes to see a team that is unselfish with the ball. They're going to pass it around, try to get as many assists as possible in the game. And that is a beautiful thing to see with team chemistry. However, if you have 4 open shots underneath the basket, do not pass it out. Take it up strong.
And that, as a big man, that's one thing that you've always known, huh?
You're taking big man basketball now. I know Baco's not a big man, but Arlich had it. Douglas had it. Taylor had it. That is 3 big men who should be putting that inside that hoop from within 5 feet. There should be no reason that was being passed out 18 different times to where he had to take an ill-advised shot with a second left on the shot clock.
So 36-31 with 15-18 to go. What does Old Dominion need to do to continue to put points on the board? They've already in this half. They're one of their last 5 in this half.
I'm going to have to say what they need to do to get it together here is get open shots, keep up with those offensive rebounds that you're seeing Taylor and Douglas get on the key here, and don't play sloppy. This is going to sound bad. I like Douglas. He's a great post player. Don't give him the ball at the top of the key. He cannot hold on to it. You're going to get a lot of steals and breakaways for Rice if he continues to have it at the top of the key or outside the arc. You want to give it to him with the high post, you want to give him to it at the low block, go for it. Keep it out of his hands when he's past that three-point line because he gets flustered and he loses the ball.
Rice picks up assists on 63% of their field goals this season. And so far in this game, they've only got 5, but they've only got 31 points. So,
and Rice, they're shooting much better this half. 38% now from three-point line, coming up from 27, and 41% overall coming up from 35. So, Rice is trying to get back into it with a little bit of hot shooting starting off this half. 4 of their last 5 so far on field goals for the Rice Owls.
Old Dominion ball coming out of this timeout. Baco swings around the left side and Javante Douglas will get it at the top of the key. Fresh shot clock to work with for the Monarchs. Baco has Rice in a little bit of a zone. Finds Douglas. Douglas over in the corner to Baco. He's getting hot.
12 points for Baco. He's taking over.
7-point lead. Marcus Jackson pulls up for a long jumper. That's no good. Douglas the rebound.
I'm not lying. 13 for Baco. I didn't know that was a three-point shot.
Douglas to Richard Ross. Ross picks up his dribble. Tries to complete the backdoor pass. No finesse, though. Jackson the other way to Pira. Pira thought about a 3, but pulled back out and sets things back up.
Looking at an odd triangle and 2 sort of defense going on here for Old Dominion.
Mincy finds Gerhardt. Gerhardt over to Pira. Pira picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Has nowhere to go. And Jones, out of control, gets fouled on his way up on the baseline.
I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of ball contact there, but I think Douglas, or I think Ross, no, I'm sorry, Taylor, the one man I didn't call there, ended up getting his forearm in on the wrist there of Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones is going to be taking the first free throw shots for Rice whatsoever this game, and it's 14 minutes left in the second half.
So here we go. 14 minutes ago, close game, Conference USA game. Anything can happen. Jeremy Jones steps to the line for 2 shots. First one, no good off the back iron.
I think it might be that large Freeman head in the middle of the student section there. It might have messed up his shot there.
The props have certainly stepped up this year, and so have the students.
I like the little spinny things. I never thought I'd see one at Old Dominion, and here we are. Great student section this year so far.
Very good crowd coming out to support the Monarchs. Just amazing to see people back here in the TED. I remember when I was calling games in front of 20, 30 people.
Even I remember that. It was only but a year ago.
Trey Freeman.
When they went to the NIT tournament last year, we were calling it in front of 20 people.
Well, the 5 and 20, try the 1 and 5 and 25 year where I think I called 1 winning game. Biberai tries to swat it out back to Freeman, but he can't get it. Gersey gets it. Gersey to Jones. Jones finds Pira. Ambrose Mosley with some very aggressive defense, one of the best perimeter defenders in the conference. Mincy has it on the right wing, guarded by Javante Douglas. Mincy to Jones. Jones to Gersey at the top of the key, 15 on the shot clock.
Biberai's turning his back on the ball, and he can't see where it is. Another fundamental for a big man. One hand on the man, one hand on the ball.
Gersey to Gerhardt. Gerhardt driving. Hop step. 3, 2, 1. Pira gets a reverse layup to go.
That was all sorts of traveling. That is an up and down. That was not a hop step.
The hop step is usually continuous. Ross kicks out in the corner to Freeman. Freeman to Douglas. Douglas had it bobble off of his head. Freeman takes a screen from Bibrod, and he gets tripped up by Gerhardt. And Gerhardt looks like he doesn't know what he did, but I mean, there's a guy on the floor.
Freeman landed a little bit hard there, kind of slow to get up. A little bit of a limp going on his left foot. I think he just needs to walk that out. He's somebody who doesn't quite give up that easily, and it's not going to be it's going to be on the floor, not a shooting violation. So Old Dominion is going to be throwing it in.
Baker checks back into the game. Baker gets it now here at the top of the key. We find Freeman on the right wing. Bako thinks about a three, says no. Freeman to Baker in the corner, down low to Bibrod. Bibrod on the baseline, back out to Bako. Bako takes a dribble shot that hits every part of the rim and is good.
Literally every inch of that rim took some sort of that orange ball there today.
40-33 lead for Old Dominion with 12.5 to go. Mincy, swing pass to Jones. Jones kicks out to Pira. He had a nice shot there on the baseline, but decided against it. Gersey will set it up with 20 on the shot clock, though.
And you saw some fundamental basketball there. You notice Bako did not jump on the head fake.
Gersey just dribbling a lot of the air out the ball. Picks up his dribble, finds Jones. Jones thinks about a 3-6 on the shot clock, and he loses the ball. Picked up by Freeman. Freeman the other way. A crossover down the lane. He gets his shot swatted by Jones. Good help defense there on the weak side.
That was an impressive block. There was no doubt about that one.
Mincy to Gersey, who shoots a heat check. That's good. A 3 by Gersey.
I was talking about their three-point percentage is now up to 40%. Field goal percentage up to 43. Rice is shooting hot right now.
And that cut it to 4 as a result. Freeman to Baker. Baker gets this down low and back up top to Bako. Freeman finds Bibrod. Bibrod in the corner to Bako. Beautiful ball movement. 3, good.
Bako is on fire right now. That's going to be his 17th point of the game.
Anything you can do, I can do better. They're trading threes. Jones picks it up at the top of the key and gets it to Mincy. Mincy to Drone. That's picked off. Freeman down the lane. Kicks out to Bako. He takes the dribble in, got the pump fake in the lane, and that's the layup good.
Bako can hit it from anywhere right now with any sort of contact. This is his ball game.
And a timeout by Coach Rose. Old Dominion with a 9-point lead.
Bako coming into the half with only 7 points. All of a sudden, halfway through this half, he's got 19. He is taking over because, to be honest, Freeman's doing nothing except facilitating. Freeman's got 3 assists, leading the game in assists.
So Old Dominion jumping out to a 9-point lead off of a nice run by the Monarchs put together there. And as we go into the under 12 timeout, it's going to be imperative that Old Dominion continues to put the storm on Rice.
Old Dominion, like I said, if they continue playing like that last 10 minutes of the last half, they're going to blow out this game. And all of a sudden, Bako coming alive, Freeman coming with the assists, a lot of offensive rebounds, some good glass, steals, ball movement. It's all coming back together after that loss against WKU. I knew it would take them a little while to recover because they're not used to losing this season. But they got it together. And it's nice to see that it's coming down here. Rice now losing to Old Dominion 45-36 with 10:57 left in the half, in the game.
So Old Dominion trying to get back on the winning side of things. Last time out, lost by 7 points to Western Kentucky. That was on Saturday, 5:30 game that was. And Old Dominion, they had these away games, and, you know, they're tough games, but ones that we thought they would win. They won against Marshall by 21, won against Charlotte in a tough place. But Western Kentucky was just proved to be too much, and they moved to 3-0 in the conference.
Western Kentucky is no joke, though. They gave Louisville a scare. That's how good they are. Louisville now ranked number 6 in the nation. Barely beat WKU, only won by 5 points. WKU, they've got a lot of hustle, a lot of strength, and a lot of jumping ability, able to take open shots. WKU, Old Dominion just wasn't ready for it. Old Dominion wasn't ready. I guess that's the only way to put it. They saw, hey, we're 25th in the nation. We're on an 11-game win streak. We're going to come into somebody who's unranked in CUSA because who's good in CUSA other than us? And they lost.
So now they're trying to get back on the winning side of things with the play back in action. Gersey to Gerhardt. Gerhardt finds his man in the corner, Van Green. Green can't get it to go. Freeman the rebound. And the Monarchs the other way. Freeman down low to Bibrai. Bibrai has a nice mismatch against Gersey. And Baco's going to kick it out. And Gersey took a charge there on the baseline. I thought he was moving.
And Coach Jones was pretty flushed with that. His face is red, and he ended up turning around to throw away a piece of paper and hit one of his assistant coaches in the face with it. I don't think he meant to do that, but he did. And that's going to be a foul, looks like, on Baco. Some angry Coach Jones going on over there. That's what I like to see getting into the game.
So far, Florida Atlantic is beating Western Kentucky right now. Late in the second quarter, it's 50-39 in that game. But here at our game, it's a 10-point or an 8-point lead. Old Dominion leading 46-38 with 10 minutes to go. As Arledge had it on the baseline, but decided to kick it back out to Bibrai, who finds Freeman. Old Dominion in the halfway mark at the second half. Arledge trying to get that lead back to double digits. Baco gets it to the baseline on Arledge, and that too was good. Nice jumper there.
Arledge has a very smooth stroke for a 6'9" big man.
Very good job there by him. Gersey has it. He's dribbling the heck out of it like he usually does. Van Green to Drone at the top of the key. You know he doesn't want to shoot that. Takes the screen, though. Green.
Baco, first player since November to score 20 on Rice.
Gersey has 8 seconds to shoot. What's he going to do? He takes a dribble, pulls up, and is going to throw it down low to Drone. 1 second, he can't get it to go. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense from the Monarchs there.
Bibrai with a good fundamental, well-timed block right there, and he's going to be replaced by Taylor after that. It's well done by Bibrai, making sure Drone wasn't going to get another easy 2 points.
And now at the 9:20 mark, it is 48-38. Old Dominion leads this game over the Rice Owls, who are shooting 42%. But the problem is Old Dominion shooting 50%
and 63% behind the arc. That's 5 for 8. That's a good shooting day for anybody. And Old Dominion really off the heels of Baco and off the heels of Arledge, taking it to Rice, leading by 10 points with the 9 minute and 21 seconds left in the game. And really nobody's leaving, so that's another thing to see. Because you know it could be a close game within 2 minutes. The way Rice is playing, the way Old Dominion's being streaky right now.
Yeah, and you have to be cognizant of that, because at the same time, Rice at 1-3 changes the game. And that, as a basketball player, you know one shot can change the whole game.
1-3 is going to make a complete momentum buster for Old Dominion, or a complete momentum, like, multiplier for Old Dominion. If they make another 3, Rice is not coming back into this game. Unless Rice makes another 3 before that 3 happens.
So Old Dominion in the full timeout right now. And of course, dance team on the court, cheerleaders on the court.
Yeah, cheerleaders doing what they have to do while we go through media timeouts, keeping everybody entertained in the game. And it looks like there's a lot of Instagram posts coming on from this game up on the Jumbotron.
Oh yeah, I've seen selfies all day during this game. Oh man, they're taking some nice selfies up there, huh? So thank you to everybody tuning in to WODU Studios coverage of Old Dominion basketball. Great to see the TED, pack the TED, rock the TED, win at the TED. That's Old Dominion's goals, and they're doing it right now.
Well, I mean, the fact that the student section sold out before yesterday. The tickets came out on Monday. They were sold out by Tuesday about 1 o'clock.
Amazing. And they fed the students tonight here at the game. It was barbecue night.
What are we doing down here?
Well, I think we had it pretty good back there ourselves.
Mac and cheese and crab cakes. What's up?
Yeah. Can't really beat that. Freeman has the ball. Nice pass out to Baker. Baker thinks about the 3. Pulls it back out. Finds Arledge. Arledge finds Freeman. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Freeman to Baco. Baco drives baseline. Trap picks it up. Arliss is going to have to shoot an 18-footer. That one bounces off the rim, and Gersey the rebound.
Beautiful box out by Jones to let Gersey come in on that.
Gersey kicks it out to Mincy for three. That's an air ball. Arliss the rebound. Freeman the other way. The air ball chance comes. Trey Freeman, the teardrop. No good. And a good, ferocious rebound by Bishop Mincy.
I was watching that segment of this game through somebody else's iPhone. It is amazing how good that quality is now.
Gersey finds Gerhardt. Gerhardt drives baseline. He gets Stallworth. Jackson will have it with 10 on the shot clock. See if he wants to take a shot here. Baker. He finds Gerhardt for three. That's no good. Off the left rim, and Arliss corrals that one down. He's grabbing some rebounds. He has his double-double now.
It's been about 2 minutes since the last score by any team either.
And Bako, there's a blocking foul. Bako got a man under him after he was in the air, so that is where that foul comes from.
You could tell when he was going up that he wasn't looking for the shot, though. His eyes weren't on the basket. He was looking to see if Arliss would come in like he was, and almost was able to get the ball to him. That's going to hit us to the under 8 media timeout.
Good thing it happens in the front end of the under 8, because now we get 3 minutes and 46 seconds of good nonstop action.
That's what I like to see. And Old Dominion is hasn't been a score in 2 minutes now. Kind of no momentum shift on either team right now. Pretty much neutral. Either team could take it in these last 7.5 minutes. It's anybody's game right now. But Old Dominion with the advantage.
Well, I'll tell you what now, when the ice cream and cake timeout, and I do kind of want to get up and do it myself, but I know we're there in spirit. And look at President Broderick out there he's out there meeting people, meeting kids and telling them, come to ODU. Come to ODU.
Come play basketball with ODU.
Very nice to see him out there meeting people.
Have you beaten that bucket list yet? Have you shook President Broderick's hand?
Oh, yeah.
I've done it like 15 times now.
He's
not trying to brag or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and toot your own horn. He's come in and he's came to my class before, and, we've had a couple of conversations as well, and he also got him on camera before, so pretty cool. His wife is pretty fluent with the texting, I can see. She's on her phone.
Think the cheerleaders would be upset if I ran out there and did some ice cream and cake with them?
You'd be stealing that spotlight, man.
I know. I'd probably be kicked out of the TED. So
don't want that. There's already someone kicked out of SB Ballard earlier this season.
This evening?
Oh, well, not this evening, but earlier this season.
Football. That was, more of any man than I wish to see, but, it was a good game. Good fun. I'm glad they dropped the charges on him.
I did mean this evening. There's a secret football game.
Oh, good.
Man.
Why didn't you tell me, man? I thought we were tight.
My bad, man.
So Rice is on a scoring drought of almost 3 minutes since their last bucket, and they're one of their last 5, so it's not from a lack of trying on Rice's part. Oh, Ross with the ups. Couldn't quite hold on to it, though.
So Jackson goes to the races and finds Green. Green, good contested jump layup there. No good. Bako the other way. Freeman for three. The dagger. No. 7.5 to go. The Dominion leads 10. They were trying to put a cushion on this game. Gersey, the crossover. Fouled. No, it's going to be on the floor. He had the layup go. Good there. Very good.
That's going to be Old Dominion's only their 13th foul of the half, as opposed to the 7 by Rice. So Old Dominion's playing some safe basketball and keeping them off of the line. And that's going to put Old Dominion scoring drought at 236 and Rice at 304.
So a lot of dryness around here. You would have thought Kenny Mayne was in the building. Seth Gerhardt takes it to the left wing and gives it back out to Gersey. Gersey's been playing a lot of minutes here in this game when he's not been in foul trouble.
Gersey trying to end it with that three-point shot, and it rims out. There must be a cap going on here in the Ted Compton Center.
Aaron Bako finds Denzel Taylor. Taylor gives it to Freeman. Freeman, the pull-up. That one almost went, but it didn't go. The rebound out to Jackson. Jackson dribbling, finds Gerhardt, and he almost had a backcourt violation there. Gersey back to Gerhardt. Gerhardt finds Jackson.
We're now over 3 minutes since the last score. Over 4 minutes for Rice.
Jackson down low to Drone. That's no good. Point blank layup there. All he has to do is drop it in. He missed it. Bako driving. Kicks it back out to Freeman. Looks like they're going to start trying to eat some clock as well here, too.
Might as well if nobody's scoring. Lots of pushing going on by Green there.
Yeah. Baker is going to pull up for three. That no good. And the drought continues here. A law of scoring here.
I don't know if it's good defense or maybe there's a ghost here in the Content Center.
Gerhard three, no good. Drone the offensive rebound. And Bako gets in there and mixes it up with the big fella.
It's going to cause a jump ball. Looks like that's going to be Rice ball.
So possession there will switch back over to Old Dominion as the clock continues to dwindle down. Under 6, 5:52 to go, to be exact. 48-38 Old Dominion lead. And that is Old Dominion ball. Possession will flip over to Rice.
And that's going to put it up to 4 minutes and 20 seconds since the last field goal or even free throw here in the Content Center. Maybe it's last call?
Playing the Arledge. Or excuse me, Douglas, who finds Bibry and finds Freeman again. They find Bako. Bako running some motion over there. Finds Bibry at top for three. That's no good. Too short there. Old Dominion couldn't get some knees into that shot. Van Green finds Jones, who will jack a three. That's no good. Rebound, Douglas to Freeman.
It has not been defense that is stopping these shots. These are wide open shots. Nobody can make anything land. 4 minutes and 30 seconds since the last field goal in the Tech Content Center.
Fans clapping and applauding the Monarchs as Jones gets the steal, and he's going to get fouled there. Richard Ross, a good foul to not let him get those easy 2 points. A dunk or a layup and possibly momentum. So now he's got to earn them.
Yeah, and Douglas has not been awful from the free throw line, shooting at 67% so far this year. See if he can make one or both of these 2 shots he has been gifted by Ross. Speaking of Ross, there's a giant Ross head being waved at him. So see how that intimidates him. It doesn't.
Jones to no avail, knocks that down. He's got one more.
Rice is one of their last 10 field goal attempts, and Old Dominion is 0 of their last 5.
Wow.
And they've had 3 turnovers in their last 5 minutes and 35 seconds.
Jones can't get that one to go. Douglas the rebound on that one. He's got his 7th rebound of the game. Old Dominion rebounding well. They've got a 15 rebound margin.
And that's why they're winning. When they out-rebound, they win.
Douglas finds Bako. Bako to Ross. Ross spinning, working his way through contact, and the layup is good. What a nice post move there.
That was well done. That's one thing we haven't seen so far this game. A monstrous dunk by either of the big men for Old Dominion.
Green will drive, and he'll pick up his dribble. Jackson will set things back up. Old Dominion with an 11-point lead with 4 minutes to go. Jackson dribbling, nothing happening to Gerhardt. Gerhardt drives. The foul's going to be on the floor. That foul is going to go against Douglas.
It looks like that's going to get Ross. It's going to be his 3rd, and somehow Gerhardt still missed that. They're 0 of their last 9 attempts.
So Ross comes out of the game after he picks up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, he's in some foul trouble there, but so's Gearsey and Jones.
So the ball is in to Gerhardt. Gerhardt trying to get it, but no, they're going to call a foul. There was no foul there, but Javante Douglas called for a reach foul. Fans get up and say, come on.
That is questionable. That is without a doubt a questionable foul call there. And Douglas not really doing anything so far this game, sitting there with 1 point.
He's rebounding.
He's rebounding the heck out of the ball. Arledge still trying to get that double-double, needs 1 more rebound. Maybe that's why he's still in the game. He's been in for a solid 8 minutes now.
Jackson will have a fresh shot clock and under 4 minutes to work with. Rice trying to get to 5 and 10, but Old Dominion trying to get to 14 and 2. Gerhardt is throws a bad pass. It's 2-on-1. Freeman to Bako. Bako, the layup. It's good. And Coach Rose looks on. He wants him to hurry up.
Old Dominion taking a demanding 13-point lead.
Jackson will drive, finds Drone. Drone lays it in after he gets Arledge flying in the air. Back to 11. Freeman. They're putting a little bit of a half-court trap. They finally get it over the half-court line. Freeman will set things up. Coach Jones yelling out the play. I love his vocals.
And if you can hear that over the 7,000 fans in here, then you know he's got a set of lungs on him.
Jordan Baker off the screen.
He stepped out of bounds before he got the ball.
As the ball will come to us here, and I almost got a chance to touch it and shoot.
Just take the full court shot while sitting down. You make that, you're automatically on the team.
I would have took the free tuition, too.
Have your own little Dr. Pepper challenge here, sponsored by Old Dominion, huh?
Yes, sir. So 3 minutes to go in this game. Old Dominion with an 11-point lead. They lead 52-41 over Rice, who is shooting one of their last 9 from the field, 2 of their last 11 to be exact. And Ambrose Mosley, another story in this game, 0 points off the bench, but Old Dominion is fine because they've been able to dominate the rebounds, 35-20 in that category.
He's not quite needed for those clutch threes that he's known for. And
he has been so clutch from 3 this season. Exactly correct.
And last season, too. He's half the reason they made it to 18-18 last season or had anything in the NIT.
You're right about that.
Who were they playing? They were playing not LSU, they were playing Louisiana Tech in the NIT tournament last year and was about to lose the first game, and he just drilled 3 3-pointers in a row to keep Old Dominion in it. That's the type of player Mosley is. He's a clutch player who continues to play at his hardest whenever he's in the game. And for anybody who cares, wow, that came out really mean. For people who are following Old Dominion Lady Monarchs, they are currently beating the Rice Owls over in Rice, 48-40.
Old Dominion will move to 3-1 in conference play today if they can pick up the win. And right now, conference play is in, and Florida Atlantic, who leads Western Kentucky right now 58-52. Western Kentucky beat Old Dominion. They're 3-0, and they're trying to move to 4-0.
Florida Atlantic is 0-3 to USA, about to take out the contender for the CUSA title with Western Kentucky.
UAB and Louisiana Tech, 2 top 3 teams in the conference, battling it out. One team will leave at 3-1 in the CUSA. One will leave at 4-0. And the other team up there, UTEP, is not in action tonight, but they'll be in action on Saturday against Texas San Antonio, who's in the middle of the pack.
That is a battle of the undefeateds there with UAB versus Louisiana Tech. So that's really going to affect the endings and the seedings for this USA tournament come the end of February.
All Old Dominion needs to do is keep winning. They've got on Saturday in here, North Texas, who is abysmal this season.
And you know I'll be here with WODU calling that one.
You'll have Alex Brooks alongside you.
Of course.
As Trey Freeman brings it up, Old Dominion with a 9-point lead with under 3 minutes to go. Gets it to Baker. Baker finds Bako, who had a wide open 3 look but decided against it. Time to take some time off the clock. Freeman to Bako. Bako finds Taylor. A basket here would just about do it.
Even a 2 would pretty much put a nail in the coffin here, putting them up by 11 points. But
Bako, the dagger.
He wanted to be a 3. Bako, 25 points, hitting that quarter century mark with 2 minutes left.
You talked about him and stepping up today. He's definitely done it as Gerhardt shoots a 3 back. That's no good. The rebound by Jonathan Arledge.
That's his double-double.
There it is. He's got his double-double. Trey Freeman pushing it, finds Arledge, who's going to get all blocked on that going up. He's going to fight his way forward and get through all the contact, layup, and that's the game there. Fans are starting to file out. Coach Rhodes calls a timeout in Old Dominion basketball.
Coming back for another win here in the Ted Conference Center, putting him in 9-0. That was so well done by Arledge. He goes up to get that easy layup, gets it blocked from behind, stumbles, picks up the offensive rebound, pulls out a little bit, drives in, and lets them know he's going to get those 2 points no matter what you try to do on the Rice defense. Old Dominion, after that 5.5-minute scoring drought, 4 of their last 5, led by Bako, with 4 of 4 from the three-point arc and 8 of 10 from the field.
Some spectacular shooting as of late for Old Dominion. They broke out of the slump. Unfortunately for Rice, they haven't.
Yeah, Rice that's going to be hard to do against Old Dominion, though. As I said earlier, Old Dominion, I mean, they're keeping Rice right at their average for opposing field goal percentage at 38%, 24th in the nation with that. And I hope everybody can understand why, but I'm rooting for Florida Atlantic to take over Western Kentucky here in that battle of the CUSA. Because if you're an Old Dominion fan, you are not a Western Kentucky fan right now.
UAB up on Louisiana Tech. Two top 3 teams, both at 3-0. If UAB could pull that win off at 7-9 overall, that'd be big for Old Dominion as well.
I'd rather take on UAB than Louisiana Tech right now. Louisiana Tech is a little bit of a dark horse when it comes to the NCAA tourney.
This could be a 2-bid team, and I've heard that around the league.
You're going to have to explain that to me. What is a 2-bid team?
A 2-bid league, excuse me.
Oh, 2-bid league, gotcha. 2 teams from the
Stumbling all over my words today. A 2-bid team is a 1 berth in the championship, and then 1 you got to fight through. So you may play yourself twice.
I get it. That sounds very feasible. Very possible.
Yeah.
It's what you do in practice. It's the scrimmages.
So Old Dominion up with 1:40 to go, 57-43.
And really kind of abysmal, not really actually abysmal shooting from the free throw line. Actually, I lied. It's abysmal shooting for the free throw line. That's going to put them at 1 of 4, 2 of 5 for the Rice Owls.
Marcus Jackson, that is. 11, make it 12 points on the day for him. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He's 4 of 13 from the field, though, and that ultimately has to lead into the factors of why Rice is struggling right now.
Like it was stated earlier, you shut down Jackson, this game is going to be an easy win for Old Dominion. And Jackson down to 12, 13 points in the game, easy win for Old Dominion.
And there's going to be a foul, bringing the ball up. Jordan Baker is fouled by Gerhardt there.
That looked like a video game glitch. He hit the floor and was sliding with Bako as Bako was dribbling and ended up grabbing the ball on a down dribble and throwing it out of bounds.
Wow.
That looked like a very weird 2K glitch going on there. Now we're going to get a 1-and-1 for Jordan Baker.
These would just about put the icing on the cake, and barring some big threes, this will almost certainly put them up ahead for the rest of the game. And ultimately cruise control.
And you can tell the game is nearing the ends of it because the students are staying, but the people who have to drive here, they're getting out before traffic gets ugly.
Yeah, you definitely want to get out of those garages on 43rd or 45th Street.
Especially with the cops blocking off every feasible exit.
Yeah.
Luckily, I live like 15 feet away from here, so.
Baker misses the second one, but made the first. 58-45. Gersey brings it up. Finds Jackson. Jackson. Ball fakes. Kicks out to Mincy. Mincy pulls up for 3. That's no good. Rebound by Mincy. Mincy to Gersey. Gersey for 3. That's good. And it is an 8-point game, or a 10-point game, with 1:14 to go. So here we go, playing the long game at the end.
They took off 34 seconds for 3 points. They can't do that. If they're going to want to hit threes, they're going to want to pull back in it. You can't be getting 3 points per 30 seconds. You don't have enough time for that.
So, Old Dominion about to move to 14-2.
Maybe. I wouldn't quite get too excited yet.
We've seen Tracy McGrady do crazier things.
I've seen worse meltdowns in college basketball than 10 points in a minute and a half. So,
wow.
Not much worse, but I've seen it. And it was good to see this bounce back by Old Dominion. I was honestly, genuinely worried that Old Dominion would give up after that loss. Because, you go into the rankings and you're like, okay, we're a great team. And then next week you're out of the rankings. Like, maybe we're not as good as we thought we are.
Yeah, well, Coach Jones will call that a humbling experience because it's something that the Monarchs, accomplished. But it's earlier to lose now than it is. It's better to lose now than it is later on in the NCAA season. As a thrown away pass there by Rice. Jackson trying to cut this to single digits. Finds Gerhardt. Gerhardt finds Jackson. Jackson will pull a three and nail it.
I told you it's not time to give up on Rice yet. Stupid, fast tempo play. Old Dominion has the slowest tempo of play in NCAA basketball right now. And that is not bad. That is a great thing. That means you can set up plays. You can decide how the game goes. You can kick it into gear when you want to. They're not playing with a slow tempo right now. They're getting the ball and they're sprinting. They're playing that running gun offense, and they're not used to it, and they're losing the ball. And now instead of being up by 13, they're up by 7 with 54 seconds left. Old Dominion's got to get smart, or they're going to lose this game and really disappoint fans.
So Jeff Jones coaching his team, trying to get his boys to get a third CUSA victory on the season.
And they're 13th in a row at home, 9th of the season at home. Jeff Jones, only his second year here at Old Dominion. For people who don't know that, he came in and decided the way he was going to get to know his players was he watched the NBA playoffs with boxes of pizza next to everybody and said, I'm your coach now.
Yeah.
And now they're almost 14-2.
Bako trapped, brings it up, gets it to Freeman.
Clark making his first appearance this game.
And they'll foul here on this play. This is usually the part of the game that drags folks.
About a 17-minute experience coming out of these next 48 seconds.
And it's really enjoyable, I'll tell you, people.
It's strategic, and people don't understand that. There's a lot of strategy to the fouling.
Yeah, but
it's just annoying and very boring to watch.
Sometimes it's time to call it a night.
Why would you put Freeman on the line?
8-point game now with 47 seconds to go. Deion Clark checks into the game for the first time tonight.
Freeman with his 6th point of the game. That's still 10 points below average. But he didn't need to hit his average with Bako in there today.
And this is a luxury of this Old Dominion team. They can do that as Freeman knocks the second one down. Gersey trapped. Gearhart gets the ball plucked, and that's going to be game. Arledge is fouled, and that will just about do it.
Gearshey, when he dribbles, he is trying to break a hole in the hardwood while he's going down. I mean, he does it a lot, but he is slamming the ball into the ground. And while it gets it to your hand faster, you're going to get a lot less control. I wouldn't know. I'm not a guard. I can't dribble. I have no handles and tiny hands. But
you ready for intramurals to start?
Oh, of course. I'm ready to start dunking on people.
Nice. Arledge.
Probably not as well as Ross and Arledge and Douglas, or I'd be on the floor instead of here. Yeah. But, you know, some little tap-ins.
Even though you're in the Greek League, I may have to recruit you for the B League as well.
We got a Greek League, an A League, and I guess I'll jump in the B League with you.
Nice.
Got to play for the Army, too.
Hey.
I'm so highly recruited.
You're a highly touted prospect. And some of these highly touted prospects like Mincy, who can't hit that three there. And the rebound by Deion Clark, and they foul again.
See Clark get his first couple of points of this game. And, you know, in his first 10 points of the season if he hits these two. So, Clark, not a highly called name for the Old Dominion squad.
Been battling from an ACL injury from last year.
He's out of Naples, Florida, averaging 1.3 points per game and 0.7 rebounds. They just throw him in the last couple minutes when they know they're going to win so he can try to get the feel of the game back.
Right.
And all his points come from the free throw line.
So Clark can't get that one to go.
Clark had a game where he scored over 6 points. Yeah, one game with 16 points.
Gerhardt gets that bucket to go, 10-point game. And it looks like Rice will take the feet off the gas. As Bako will dribble it out. You can hear the applauses. Under 10 seconds to go. Old Dominion will move to 14-2, 9-0 at home. 3-1 in conference play. And a well-fought 10-point victory for the Old Dominion Monarchs.
That's what I love to see. Old Dominion moving up to 14-2, 3-1 in Conference USA. That's going to put them in the top three because Louisiana Tech or UAB have to lose, and UTEP has yet to play. Old Dominion moving into the top three in CUSA and maybe back into the top 25 at the end of the week.
So Old Dominion
the rest of this week.
Limiting Rice to 40% from the field. They shot 48% their own selves. and they shot 55% from three, 6 of 11, efficient open look. They weren't taking dumb shots, and that was another reason why they were able to separate themselves late in this game. They finished 4 of their last 5 in the game, and then Rice finished in a bad drought, but we're able to keep it close.
Old Dominion, this is really kind of it's a great way to see another win. I love to see it. Rice's offense is not nationally known to be great, and somehow they were able to get 40% on the field goal average, 32% behind the three-point line, and that's 20, 30% more, 20 to 30% more than you're going to see. Sorry, 3 to 4% more than you're going to see for Old Dominion here. Other than the points scored, which Old Dominion was able to keep it because of 5-minute droughts coming out, Old Dominion's defense needs to get a little bit more back in their step. They need to start playing with a little bit more heart. I think they got cocky against Rice because, again, 4-10, bottom 200s in the RPI. Old Dominions need to start playing every game like they're playing a Duke or a Kentucky or a UVA, like a team you don't expect to beat, but you can do it if you try hard enough. They start playing like that, there's no limits to how far this team can go because they have one of the biggest hearts in all of NCAA.
Baco led the way for the Monarchs with 25 points, 8 of 10 from the field, 4 of 4 from three-point land, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. That's his, I believe, third 20-point game of the season, and he had 2 assists as well as 4 rebounds. And leading behind him was Jonathan Arlitt, 15 points, 6 of 10, 11 rebounds for him, a double-double for him as well on the night. And then also off the bench, they were able to get some points from Deion Clark, Nick Viverai, and Javante Douglas, but it was really the starters who led the way for the Old Dominion Monarchs today.
Freeman being the glue that you don't really get to see. He was able to string together 5 assists in there, which was helping Baco and Arledge have some monumental games. That's going to be Arledge's third double-double this season, Baco's third 20-point game this season, the first time that Rice has given up a double-double since December, and the first time that they've given 20 points to a single player since late November. Old Dominion, they're coming together. If they can start playing with that type of heart every single game, every single minute, no limits. And I guess on that note,
the Monarchs will be back in on Saturday here at 7 o'clock. They'll face North Texas, and they'll be trying to move to 4-1 in the Conference USA. Tyler Santangelo and Alex Brooks will be on that call, so please join us with that. And, of course, shows start next week on WODU Studios. I'm Mitchell Brown alongside Tyler Santangelo. Folks, have a safe and great night.